and abundance is here. My name is Bisola Miriam, and today I wish to share with you, well, before I start making this too formal, it's not supposed to be too formal a video. This is just me basically trying to share my emotions or my reflections in the past week with you all, and this is really crucial because a lot of things did happen in the past week as well. Talk of, today being 19th of June, of course, which is the last day of the last week. Okay, so this week started on the 13th, 14th, 15th, 16th, 17th, 18th, 19th. So the week started on the 13th of June, and this last week ended on the 19th of June. So what exactly, so before I get into it, happy Father's Day to all amazing fathers out there, all the people playing the father role in the lives of amazing women. I love you all because I didn't get here by myself. I got here because some amazing male, friends, amazing male friends did play the role of a father in my life. I mean, talk of one of my friends who paid my application, who helped me pay my I-20, pay for my I-20. I've been so blessed to have been helped by a lot of male, like guys or father figures. And the fact that I was able to settle into this city was because of some amazing father figures. So I love you all the fathers, and for all the amazing roles you all are playing in the life of this girl. I so love you all and I appreciate you all. And today is, it's World Sickle Cell Day, and I want to celebrate all the warriors in my life, all the warriors out there who are waxing stronger despite the different social narratives against warriors. I celebrate you all, and I hope that you keep being strong, keep being formidable, because you are amazing just the way you are, and I so love you. I so love you, amazing warriors. Okay, so today I came here to share with you my reflections from the past month. And specifically, I'm going to share with, not the past month, I beg your pardon, my reflections from the past week. And specifically, I'm going to share with you the things that I learned last week. And so it's been one of my plans to join a campaign to Washington, D.C. It was the Poor People's Campaign, and then we had to attend this campaign at Washington, and it was such an amazing trip. Met several people, did a lot of collaborations during this trip, and it was so amazing because people came from different parts of the world to join this march. Even more, I appreciate the fact that it was an opportunity for me to to also connect with people. It was also an opportunity for me to be involved in social justice and advocacy related work, which is something that I'm so always very passionate about. Now, I thought about how the trip went, and I learned some lessons, and I thought to come here and share those lessons with you. So the very first thing is, when I went on this trip, I traveled on this trip with copies of my book, some shirts, some of the Idea for You t-shirt and shorts. Basically, my plan was to go on this trip and make it an opportunity to, now when I took those shirts and copies of the How to Kill Your Spouse book with me, it wasn't that I knew anyone. I had plans that some people were gonna buy. I just took those books with me with the mind that I could I could find myself in a situation whereby I am talking about the book, and I can simply just show people a copy or copies of the book. And I also thought to myself, what if as I go for this trip and I have the Idea for You outfits with me, and some people say, hey, I love this Idea for You t-shirt, or what you're wearing, tell me about it. I could just simply show them some shirts and just let them know what the movement is about. And basically, that was what I did on this. That was my plan. It wasn't that I had someone who said, babe, come with this t-shirt. Hey, babe, come with these books. I will buy these books when you come with them. No, it was basically me just preparing oils for my lamp. You see, as a business owner, as a non-profit leader, as a scholar, you see, preparing oil for your lamp as a scholar might mean that you prepare that resume. Preparing oil for your lamp might be that even before you get a school or find a school with funding, that you've written the statement of purpose. Preparing oil for your lamp might mean that you start dressing your room like you have a baby, even when there is no child. Preparing oil for your lamp might mean that you actually wear a ring, or like design your room as though there is a partner or a spouse, even though there is none. Preparing oil for your lamp means that you are basically acting on faith. I mean, that's basically what the law of attraction is, or manifestation is, or what faith is really about. And by me just taking copies of the book with me, having the t-shirt with me in my bag, my friends were like, babe, now only your bag carry big pass, meaning they were just very curious why my bag was the biggest on that trip. But I wanted to, I had prepared oils for my lamps, and taking that big bag with the t-shirt and the books in it was just my way of preparing oils for my lamp. And that's it. That's on one hand. The other thing is, I think it's very important to also bear in mind that you don't need to know how things would happen. You just need to believe that these things would happen. Meaning, you don't need to know how, like when you're trying to do something, like, okay, for instance, me taking those books with me and having those t-shirts in my bag. The question is there anybody who told you he or she wants to buy? In fact, a professor who had promised that she was going to buy a copy of the book didn't even remember to ask me about the book. So I went with the books, or copies of my book, and some random people got interested. And the other thing I want to share with you is someone who I didn't know from Adam, who though seemed like, he was interested in the t-shirts, the idea for you, branded t-shirt or the book, suddenly said, I don't think I want the t-shirt, and also didn't buy the book. And I was like, okay, no problem. But I exchanged contacts with this person, and guess what? This person messaged me and said, I'd like to invite you for a radio interview. And I would like to invite you for a radio interview, and I would also like for you to check my account on Instagram and Facebook. I have this person has 1 million followers on Facebook, about 320 something thousand on Instagram. Why am I saying this? I'm basically sharing this because you need to know that sometimes, that someone has promised you, or that has promised that he or she would support you or help you, does not mean that that's the person that would really help. And if someone shows interest and suddenly does not show interest anymore, that does not mean you discard the person. You can still maintain relationship with the person. So for instance, as I'm moving to Chicago, I am talking to several property managers, right? I spoke to some that I don't think I'm interested in their property, but somehow I said to them that I might not be taking your property, but I would like to keep in touch. And then I saved their numbers and kept it. These people might just be people that will be of help. Without me really even if I don't get to do business with them in the immediate, I can still build a relationship with them, right? And guess what? The idea that I did not discard, the fact rather that I didn't discard the person who seemed to be the first person to show interest in my book and the matches and the Ankara shorts, suddenly was not interested. But the same person was interested in what? This person became interested in something else like, I would love to, I'd love to invite you for my interview. Even though this person didn't buy a copy of my book, neither did this person buy the t-shirt. So people who sometimes appear not to be, useful might suddenly become your gold mine. And I thought to share that Yes, prepare oils for your lamp, which was the first thing I emphasized. 2, know that help is everywhere, but help is not defined in a certain shape or in a certain size. I mean, when God says you're going to break through, you're going to make it, you're going to succeed, Eledumare may not specifically tell you how everything is gonna happen, but one thing you need to know is you would reach that zenith. You would eat the fruit of the you will eat the fruit of the you will eat the good of the land. Things would work out for you. You might not know how it would work out, but just hold on there and know that definitely it will make sense. Everything would make sense, but you must be sensitive spiritually. Prepare oils for your lamp. That's the act of faith. You need to take that step of faith. And you also need to also know that there is help everywhere. The person who you're thinking might help you might not help you, but be happy. Maintain that joy. Be joyful, because it is in that state of joy that you're going to actually attract a situation or some other situation, some other good that will give you what you want or take you where you want to go to. I love this, my hair. So fine. Can you imagine? Please let me get serious. So the other thing is now, so a couple was interested in the idea for you t-shirt and shorts. They bought a pair. The wife actually bought a t-shirt and shorts. They are grannies actually. And the man, as he saw the book, he was like, hey, how to kill your spouse. This is scary. The man was just scared that the book is, frightening. And I was like, oh my God. He seemed to be disinterested, and later he then asked me how much the book was worth, and then I said it was $30, and he was like, okay. He wasn't interested in buying anymore. And guess what? As I sat there, something told me that, one thing in mind was telling me, well, this person will not buy. Don't bother yourself. Or, this is the price. Don't try to bring the price down. Another instinct told me to actually give this man this book for free, because actually he was curious and I wanted him to learn what is in the book, so he knows why, he understands why the book has that title. And what I did was to make sure that was actually to offer him a copy of the book for free. When I went to him and said, hey sir, I would like to offer you a copy of my book for free, the man was just like, no, you don't want to do that. No, please. I was like, I want to give it to you because I know you are interested in reading this book and I want you to at least get a chance to read it. And he was like, do you want me to return everything? Do you also want me to return what my wife had bought from you? If you're going to be giving me your hard-earned, what you have actually worked hard on for free. I was like, oh, I didn't see it that way. I just wanted you to get a chance to read the book. And he was like, okay, I'm going to buy the book. Actually, initially, he wanted to buy the book, but I think the fact that maybe my kindness was what prompted him to say, I'm going to buy the book. So you see, I think that sometimes I am a businesswoman, right? But from one of the things I learned in business is for us to be shrewd, like let your profits, let everything just match. But recently I got to a place where I feel that it's not just okay. Like it doesn't really make sense to just hold on to every penny and act like that's going to be my last. If this person does not buy, I'm not going to be able to balance my account. Things will not go. Now, I'm not asking you to do your business anyhow. Be prudent, right? Be very pragmatic about what you're doing. But I think it's also cool to be sensitive spiritually, to know when maybe God is telling you to actually give something to somebody for free. Maybe God is telling you to actually reach out to someone and volunteer for a cause for free. If I did not, I had several reasons to not go to this trip, this Washington DC trip. One of such reasons is maybe I would have moved to, I was supposed to join a class online, or I was supposed to have moved to Chicago, because one of the reasons I delayed my moving is because I want to be a part of this trip. I had several reasons to do that and do this, but I just said to myself that, you know what, go for this trip. You had said, you had committed that you were going to do this, so don't change your mind now. So going for this trip was me fulfilling my part in of the promise. And there were a lot of discouragement from the organizers that could have prompted me to say, you know what, I am done. I don't think I want to go again. But I just kept hope alive and I kept faith alive, because see, you see, usually I think it's important to know that when you're when you're about to be dead, that's when your breakthrough is going to show up. Death can be a frustrating situation, a disappointment, or something that is really weighing you down. I mean, but it is just so nice to know that the trip wasn't just a fruitful one for me in terms of my ability to be a part of a great cause. I mean, I was emotional. At some point I would cry. I'm a very emotional person, but I also realized that I had several opportunities opened up in terms of I made quick sale. This was how much I was able to make on that trip that day. And I thank God for this $60 that is going to make way for my $6,000, and that is going to make way for my $600,000, $6 million, $6 billion, and many more on this book and on this course. And so I didn't go with the mind that I was going to, by fire by thunder, sell. But as much as I was prepared, I was also not so attached to how things were gonna happen. It was right there in the bus where we were that I made the sale, that I sold a copy of my book and a copy of a t-shirt and a short. And so I'm sharing this so that you just be ready, prepare oil for your lamp, just do your part and know that God is going to lead you. Even more, know that help is everywhere. There are people who would help you. They might not look like what you expect them to look like. It might not look like the way you expect it to happen, but just know that help is everywhere. And you can be favored or helped by anybody as long as your spirit is ready to receive. The other thing I want to share with you is, even when there is no visible benefit or immediate gain in doing something right, or in standing for a just cause, or being involved in something, do it, because you never can tell what the dividend might be. Going for this trip and just spending several hours in a bus that in an uncomfortable trip, especially that I lost sleep, right? But I did not just sell in the immediate. I met people. I didn't just meet people. I also got somebody who is now willing to schedule me for an interview, a radio interview, where I can talk about my book. And I hope that you have learned a thing or two. I'm still trying to figure out, reflect on a lot of things that happened on the trip, but this is how much I can remember, and I wanted to document this. And I hope that you learned something from watching this video. And of course, subscribe to my YouTube channel, tell someone to subscribe, share this video, leave a comment. And my reflection videos are always very long, and I hope that you find this really useful. And of course, talk soon. Take care. I love you so much. If you want me to support you, or you're looking to achieve any specific goal, please visit my website, bisolamiriam.com.